Isn't that nuts? What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Okay. So,
2006. Yeah.
okay, I, why do you support Trump?
I support Trump because I started supporting him back when he was fighting Hillary Clinton. Um, but I support him because he's a businessman.
Okay, is it?
And
Are you
I know
trolling?
his daddy gave him his business, but
Are
I
you
feel
are you
like,
trolling?
am I trolling?
Yeah, because I just went to your page. I just saw like your video. You got some like lip piercings. You look kind of like goth. You know, like pretty sick
Yeah, I am.
vibe. But
I know.
like goth MAGA, not something you see often. Often.
No, not something you see often. I'm from Montana, so like I'm out in the country, so you don't see those often either.
Wow. Okay. So tell us why you support him. Take it away.
Well, why I support him is because he's definitely more of a businessman. He knows what he's doing with money and he knows how to try and get it back. And like I was watching earlier, people talking about the tariffs, which is something I've been paying close attention to because I could change everybody's lives very quickly. But yes, Trump did drop his tariff. He just used them as like a scare method to try and bring prices lower or see if other places would work with him. For example, Canada and Mexico. Reason why he wanted to do those is so he can get more border control and more border support so we stop getting immigrants inside of the US
Well, that's not
so we
true.
can bring our. Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Why do you think that? Tell me why.
Because when he did bring those tariffs onto Canada and Mexico, both of them put around $2.5 million into border security on their side.
So that's not true. So yeah, when Donald Trump had originally imposed tariffs on Canada, this was like the first time. This was maybe 2 or 3 weeks after he won the presidency. He then dropped the tariffs, citing that they had passed a border bill, and that was what he needed. Turns out that border bill was passed through their parliament before November 5th. There's nothing new that had occurred via the first round of tariffs, and then he put a second round of tariffs on. No clue why he put the second round. I'm sorry, I'm getting a call. From my girlfriend. She doesn't typically call me when I'm on stream, so it's probably important. Give me 30 seconds, y'all.
You're good.
Never mind, all's good. She's not even home. She didn't even know I was on live still. Okay, all right. Anyways, so to pick up where I left off, it is the case that we didn't get any new border policy from Canada after Donald Trump lifted the first round of tariffs, and then the second round of tariffs that he imposed on them were lifted with like no new concessions from Canada, and then he even imposed a third round of tariffs on them on Liberation Day. We didn't get anything from them either, and we still don't have anything from them. So what's going on? It just kind of sounds like
Well,
incoherent gibberish.
as they are both dropped on Canada and Mexico, their tariffs are dropped
But you understand that he reimposed tariffs on Canada 3 times without getting anything new. What is something new he got?
because he wanted more border
But he
control and
didn't
he
get more
got.
border patrol from them. No, 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 no,
Yes, he
no.
did.
What was the new border security that he got from Canada?
He got more support of people coming that work in Canada to be on Canada's side, and he got more what is it, security updates on like their passing.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Remember that even Justin Trudeau cited a bill that passed before he imposed the tariffs.
Well, I did not know that. I thought that was all just because he put the tariffs on. But the other reason why I support Trump is because he is a businessman and he knows what he's doing with his money.
Okay, if he knows what he's doing
And
with his
also,
money,
like,
how come he has fucking 6 bankruptcies and the economic policy that he's implemented now with a BBB is redistributing wealth from the poor to the rich?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Like A, he has 6 bankruptcies. B, if he took the money he got from his father and put it in the S&P 500, he'd have a higher net worth today than he has now. And C, like his economic policy should be good if he's a good businessman, but it sucks. Okay, like the big beautiful bill redistributes wealth from the poor to the rich. Literally, it reduces the after-tax income for 80% of Americans. Meanwhile, it increases that same after-tax income for the top 20%. Also, Peyton, I appreciate you for the $8 over on Venmo. Thank you, Peyton.
Okay, but I'm also okay. So if that's what you think, I'm not gonna fight that. I'm just gonna let you say what you want to say.
How do you feel
The
about
other
Donald
thing,
Trump, like, hating women?
I don't really think he hates women, but I do know I don't fully support Trump for who he is as a person, but I would have rathered Trump than literally any other person that he has ran up against.
Really? So tell
Because
me one
we
bad
really only
policy that
have two
Kamala Harris ran
options.
on.
I fucking hate Kamala Harris because she is fake as fuck.
Go into it.
Like,
Why do you think she's fake?
because every single prep rally she would go into, she would change her voice onto trying to get that crowd's attention.
Okay, so what you're referencing is when she code switched at a rally in Atlanta, Georgia. Do you know what code switching is?
Not just that. Not just that. Every single convention she has gone to that is like in a different area. For example, she went to one that was for Mexicans. She changed her voice to sound like a Mexican. She
Can you show
changes
me?
her. Can I show you?
Yeah.
Look it up. Look it up.
Okay, well,
Dead
what
ass.
do you want me to look up?
Kamala Harris changing her voice.
Kamala is how you pronounce her name.
Camel toe, you mean?
Dude, how are you being like this fucking misogynistic as a woman? Like you're a woman. You should know this. It is not nice to call people camel toe Harris, as that is something that is used by men to be absolute shithead assholes to women. But you're a woman. You should know this.
Well, I'm not being
Like
a dickhead
what?
towards women. I'm being a dickhead towards Kamala specifically.
Okay, why does she deserve it? You're saying that, oh, she switched her voice? I'm not even going to try to explain what
Because she's
code
changing.
switching.
She's
One
switching
second.
up and she's
I'm not
fake.
even going to try to explain what code switching is to you. You won't get it. But let me get this clear. Even if code switching was not totally acceptable and actually just a result of systemic racism, and it was bad, how the fuck does that compare to Donald Trump, the 34-count adjudicated felon and also is an adjudicated rapist that also called for the termination of all new Muslims coming into America in 2017, that also talked about how he likes to perv on little girls and walk into the changing rooms while they were changing when he owned Miss Teen USA, that also hit on a 10-year-old girl, that also sexualized his own daughter and agreed with Howard Stern when Howard Stern called his own daughter a hot piece of ass, and also cheated on all three of his wives, one with a porn star, that also told 30,000 lies during his first presidency, that also tried to rig and steal the outcome of the 2020 election, that also does not care about the Constitution, has explicitly called for its termination of December 2022, and violated it 6 times since his term begun. That's also passed legislation that redistributes wealth from the poor to the rich. It has ballooned the deficit by around $9 trillion just with the policies ran on to date, but then he'll turn around and call himself a patriot that cares about fiscal conservatism just to contort any situation he finds himself in to his best interests, even if it's to the worst interests of anybody else. Tell me how those two things compare.
How those two things compare is I would rather have somebody who is okay with telling the truth, telling his thoughts, his feelings, his vibes. And
yeah, he told 30K lies during his first term.
And told everybody what he has done wrong.
No, he hasn't.
But
Show me where. No, he hasn't. Show me where he acknowledged not renting to black people in the 70s. Show me where he acknowledged calling all black people lazy in the 90s. Show me where he acknowledged that it was wrong to say that Obama was born in Kenya, even though he was born in Hawaii, literally trying to limit the job opportunities of a black man because he's black. Show me where he acknowledged that it was wrong to perv on teenage girls in Miss Teen USA. Show me where he's actually acknowledged that he's done anything wrong ever. You won't be able to because that's a lie.
That is not a lie, but obviously you can't do your research on him. But
if you did your research, you'd be able to show me where he acknowledged it. You're the one.
Yes, I would be able to fucking acknowledge that, but obviously we're not right in front of each other, are we?
You don't need to be right in front of me in order to give me a source. Hey, I have a question. Do you think that Kamala Harris is a DEI candidate?
A DEI candidate? No.
Wow. Unexpected. Okay, so I mean, let's just compare like 1-to-1. Okay, like I said, let's just assume that code switching is terrible. Let's assume it's not a result of systemic racism. What's worse, code switching or like raping a woman?
So what's different, completely different there, is that his personal life and that it's not her personal life. So I want to know, since Kamala Harris
you
has
do
not
think
been
that code
Trump.
switching publicly is worse than raping privately? You know that he's
No,
publicly called for
don't put
her
words in my
being
mouth.
jailed.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Also, to call rape personal life, are you like a person? Did you just call rape personal? What?
Yes, rape is very personal.
But you're acting as if it's a part of his personal life that shouldn't be considered when we're opting to determine if he should or shouldn't be president. Why? That's such like a weird thing to say.
Because it's completely different, because you have two people who are literally spitting lies in your face that will be lying to you for the rest of the time.
What's the biggest lie Kamala Harris ever told? Also, like, I do think that raping somebody is worse than lying to somebody. Just me. I don't know. But what's the biggest lie that Kamala Harris has ever told?
Well, first of all, you're putting words in my fucking mouth, which I really don't appreciate.
So I'm actually just asking you a fucking question, and I'd really appreciate it if you'd answer it.
And if I answer it, go fucking look it up, dude.
You want me to look up your response to a question? Dude, think that over. Think that over in your head. I asked you what you think the biggest lie she has ever told is, and you told
I don't
me to
know
look
if
it
she's
up.
ever even told the truth.
Are you serious?
To be honest, I don't think she's ever told the truth.
Oh, okay. So you're basically saying that there's just a really large bucket of lies to pick out of. Okay, well, if the data set is so large, it should be really easy to name one. Like for instance, I'll give you an example. There's a huge data set of colors. I can name one color because the huge data set is so large with ease. Red, orange, blue, pink, green, okay? Because it's such a large data set to choose from, I could do it very easily. So if you're saying that there's a very large data set of lies to choose from that have come out of Kamala Harris's mouth, you should be able to name one with ease. She left. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the first time I've ever heard like she literally ran those arguments just like a really misogynistic man would. That's got to be a first, you know, like obviously we have like women on the live all the time. Like I think Janet earlier was a really good example, but like she just like the words that she used, the things that she was even like calling Kamala Harris camel toe Harris, like that level of just like explicit, vocal, loud, internalized misogyny. Like that has to be a new one.